everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and welcome back to the 90s Guy channel. I wanted to talk a little bit today. This is kind of a follow-up from my last video of, how I became a wrestling fan. This kind of deep dives into more of, how I became a wrestling fan, wrestling figure collector. Here's an example. We've got the Wrestling Superstars LJN King Kong Bundy. This is, these things, you couldn't do a whole lot with them. This one especially, if you threw this at your friend, you probably would have knocked him out. This is one big solid figure. And then, it was followed by, the Hasbros, the Undertaker. Obviously these had, actions with them, but they were, shrunk down size, different style, versus the big LJNs. These ran from 84 to 89, and I believe Hasbro's was, what did Hasbro's take over? Probably 91 to 93. I think that sounds about right. What's the date on this? Yeah, 1990, 91, something like that. And, these were, some of my first wrestling figures. Obviously, I only had like a few LJNs, and I, collected more over time as the years went on. And the prices have gone up, considerably. Luckily, I was able to pretty much buy, an entire collection from somebody. They aren't in, perfect condition by any means. They've got some paint loss and stuff, but, it looks good for display purposes, I think. And, even some of my Hasbros aren't perfect. And then, of course, you moved on to Jakks Pacific and, Mattel. The Just Toys Bendies right here in the rings. I got the Mattels and Jakks and, all kinds of stuff. And, don't get me wrong, the Mattels are really cool. Here's an example of one of the Mattel, the Legends Series 15 Kane. Very cool. The technology evolved, and, the figures got better. Some of the Jakks figures weren't the greatest, but, we had fun with what we had. And, I've been a collector ever since. Some of these figures are, awful. They look bad, compared to a lot of the newer stuff. But there's such, sentimental connection to a lot of it. Like these, these were the WCW, kind of the big giant figures. This is a Buff Bagwell. Pretty cool, I think. We have, a Goldberg. And we've got Macho. Pretty cool. But these, were obviously oversized, exaggerated, very tall figures. I got these recently back in April at the Squared Circle Expo. Luckily, there was a vendor who I saw him and really liked him because I already had the Sting and the Diamond Dallas Page. But look at the detail on this. You've got, the buff on the boots, the lightning on the tights, even the tattoo. It's not a bad likeness of him, really. It's kind of an exaggerated likeness, but even some of the accessories that, like, this is for ringside. Jakks had accessories. Mattel has accessories. I've got bins of accessories, chairs, tables, stop signs, you name it. Wrestling figure collecting for me has always been, something to focus your mind on. before you could buy them, at Ringside Collectibles or even Amazon or any of the online retailers. You had to go look for them in the store. Toys R Us, KB Toys, Hills Department Store for those who were old enough to remember it. Even, Walmart, Target, Children's Palace, if you're even, old enough to remember that. We'd get the Jacks and the Hasbros, and, now you just have Mattel and Jazzwares and a lot of other, smaller companies. But like now you can log online, go on Ringside Collectibles, buy it, have it shipped to your house. Amazon, Target, same thing like that. If there's something you want, even eBay, if there's something older that you're wanting, you log on to eBay, you find it, you buy it, shipped to your house. We used to have to go and actually look for these things. Now it's fun to find a lot of things, like a lot of exclusives you can go find in the stores. And it is fun walking into a store and finding figures that you've been looking for. The distribution kind of sucks sometimes. Like a lot of these stores around here will be sitting on the same series for months. It's frustrating, but it's always fun finding them. The Target has the Legends, and here's an example of the AEW Unmatched, by Jazzwares. This is Dr. Britt Baker. Definitely different, and the guy who makes these, Jeremy Padour, he was also a big part of Jakks Pacific. But look at my room. I mean, it's crazy. I've got these 2 D-tops full of figures. I come in here and relax sometimes and just look at them all. This is just years and years of collecting and hunting, and sometimes it's kind of shocking that I have this much stuff, to be honest. Between the figures and magazines and rings and belts and DVDs and you name it, it's a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's, something to focus on, and, it does help the anxiety, I'll be honest with you. And, a lot of times I'll, get my figures out and organize them and watch wrestling at the same time. I'll do, figure photography, things like that. But it's always been a big hobby of mine, along with, just watching professional wrestling. A lot has changed over the years, obviously. There's a lot of things that have changed. WCW closed, ECW closed. Now you have, AEW, you still have Ring of Honor, you've got a lot of, independent companies, Impact, New Japan, GCW. But all in all, it's still fun. Is everything, as exciting as it used to be? Not always. It's still fun going to a live show. In November, I get to go meet Kurt Angle. In April of next year, I get to go to the Squared Circle Expo again and meet a bunch of different wrestlers. So I'm looking forward to, a lot of it. Even going to the live WWE shows is still fun to me. A lot of my friends, got out of it, which is fine. Some of my friends got back into it. As you evolve as a person, you get in and out of hobbies. I did a lot of YouTube content and podcasting with a friend of mine. We did a show called Two Broke Jobless Guys, and it was a podcast that we posted on YouTube. Did a lot of wrestling content, did very well. I miss it. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully one day, I'm thinking about getting, the podcast up and running again and recording some stuff. I do YouTube content, not as much as I would like. to be completely honest with you, some days with the depression and anxiety and the chronic pain problems, I get home and I don't even want to come in here. I don't even want to come in here. I don't want to turn on the lights. I don't want to set up the camera. I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay down and relax and just not do it. And I do enjoy doing these videos. I do enjoy recording things and talking about life and wrestling and toys and, just shooting the shit with you guys. But, sometimes it's just a lot, out there. Sometimes it's just, you don't want to hit that record button. You don't want to do anything but just kind of disassociate and not think about stuff for a while, because your brain's always going. And if you've watched this YouTube channel from the start, obviously you can tell things have changed and evolved. I got even longer hair. I've got a beard now. I look a lot older. I got a lot of gray in my hair, gray in my beard. I'm 37 years old now. I've been doing YouTube for a while. And, for those who have subscribed from the beginning, thank you. New subscribers, thank you. People who've left comments, likes, whether you like the videos, dislike the videos. I've had fun doing it. I'm not ever going to stop doing these. I would like to do them more frequent. I can't promise anything, but thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate it. Doing these videos allows me to kind of just get things out and talk about, things and, I don't know, with everything going on with wrestling, there's so many topics to talk about and new figures coming out. But thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit. Hit that thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Leave a comment down below. Hit that little bell icon to make sure you get all the notifications. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all later.